Peace, 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 family. This your brother Monroe Jr. A Texas teacher keeps their job after asking students to post positives about slavery. And you know what it reminded me of? It's like kind of like the Holocaust. Like, if this particular teacher would have asked their students to post the positive about the Holocaust, what would be the backlash from the Jewish community? And would this teacher still have their job? What are the positives that came from the Holocaust? See, they don't even speak like that. The thought doesn't even enter their mind. But once it comes to slavery and what we went through, because our people are complacent, uneducated people, they're unable to try to pass over this type of indoctrination to our young people who don't know any better. And that's why, family, we must strive hard to get our children out the public food system. They are being taught a Euro-centric based education. Why would you want your child to be indoctrinated with such madness about George Washington and Thomas Jefferson, and who, by the way, both of them had many slaves, which they don't tell us about in school. We get taught about the Alamo. We don't get taught the truth about how Santa Anna and our Mexican and Latino brothers were against slavery. They lost Texas over fighting for us as black people. They don't teach us the real history, man. So why would you want your children to have such? We as black people have to sacrifice if we want our children to be free mentally. Even if we have to homeschool them, family, we have to do something. We cannot allow them to go to the public school system. But to get back to the report, this originally happened in April when an 8th grade teacher at Great Hearts Monte Vista School in San Antonio sent his students home with an assignment entitled "The Life of Slaves, A Balanced View." And the assignment required students to list the negative and the positive aspects of the enslavement of African and indigenous peoples during the Atlantic slave trade. The homework assignment enraged both students and parents alike, as an image of the assignment was posted on social media by one of the students' parents. The unidentified teacher was placed on administrative leave following the incident going public, but apparently will be reinstated. But following mandatory sensitivity training instructed by the school district, Great Hearts Texas Academies Superintendent Kindel stated the following in a letter to the parents of the school's students. After conducting a fair and thorough review, we found that while the assignment was certainly not consistent with Great Hearts' philosophy, there was no harmful intent on the part of the teacher, and the broader content of the treatment of slavery in the course left no ambiguity regarding its immorality. As such, the teacher will be reinstated after training is completed. Kindel also added that there is no debate about slavery, apologized for the insensitive assignment, and stated that the district would be getting rid of textbooks associated with the worksheet entitled Prentice Hall Classics, A History of the United States. But the textbook publisher, Pearson, vehemently stated had nothing to do with the controversial homework assignment. Hopefully, educators will have enough sense then to try to get their students to justify something as catastrophically destructive as slavery. Children are impressionable and they can be swayed by beliefs of their teacher. The educational system has to do better in regards to being truthful about the history of the world. As one reporter wrote. And they will never be fully truthful, especially if there are no checks and balances to check what they are indoctrinating our children with. And what if you as a parent are not checking what they're being taught in history class? And most times we not, because we busy ourselves. We tired after we get home from work. So a lot of us not asking what they being indoctrinated with, but they bored in school, man. That's why the public school system can't appeal to the minds of young black men, because we don't see ourselves in it, family. So I suggest to try to find a African Center School, a Nation of Islam school in your area, or online homeschooling program, something. Anything is better than the public school system. And our children, they exposed to so much. They dealing with so many dynamics and peer pressure. And I can just recollect what it was like in public school. Everybody trying to be cool. It's about the type of clothes you wear, and if you ain't got this kind of brand on, you ain't the ish. And I remember growing up where it was times where it was certain cats I had to fight. Like growing up in my community, you was gonna be tested. You know what I'm saying? So it's like just the peer pressure of being tested, and you don't know what your child is going through. They're around all kind of children that's dealing with different things in their households that they bring to the school. They dealing with being tempted by women, by young girls that's fast, vice versa. The young sisters it's children having sex, family, in these public schools. It's documented. They getting it in. Do you want your child to be in that type of environment? It's really not conducive to their growth. But that's just something to think about, family. Try to get the best. Find a private school for your child. Sacrifice. It's about sacrifice for our children. But let me get off my soapbox. This your brother Monroe Jr. I'm signing off. Peace.